Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 video game sequels we're still waiting for. For this list, we'll be looking at follow-ups for some of our favorite games that we'd be over the moon to see. We aren't including games that have already been officially revealed that we haven't heard from in a while. However, rumored sequels, cancelled projects, and those that have been mentioned by developers are still fair game. What video game sequel would get you jumping with joy? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Sleeping Dogs 2. Released in 2012, Sleeping Dogs was a pretty solid action game with pretty solid sales. It followed an undercover officer infiltrating a crime syndicate in modern-day Hong Kong. The story and gameplay was definitely unique enough to warrant a sequel, which went into development shortly after the first game's release. Plans sounded impressive, but it was cancelled before entering into actual development. And unfortunately, developer United Front Games closed in 2016. Publisher Square Enix still holds the right, and a movie adaptation was announced in 2017 with Donnie Yen attached. We haven't heard much about it since, but Yen, who is also co-producing, sounded hopeful in 2021. Perhaps if that ever comes out, it will renew interest in the IP.
We've had a few skirmishes with them lately, but nothing major. It doesn't make sense that they would do something this big.
Number 9. A New Ape Escape.
Isn't it cool? Just like Pipochi's. Oh!
There was a time when Ape Escape was one of the most prominent Sony franchises. The series of goofy platformers had you use a variety of gadgets to capture exceptionally silly monkeys. Main entries and spin-offs were released across Sony's home and handheld consoles for a decade. But we sadly haven't seen the franchise since the 2011 installment for PlayStation Move. Developer Japan Studio merged with Team Asobi, the developer behind the Astro series, in 2021. As each of the Little Bots adventures have been delightfully quirky, we believe the combined power would lead to a fantastic revival. However, that decision is up to Sony. All we can do is hope and plead. Number 8. Bully 2.
Shut up, Gary. You're such a jerk, man.
Oh, am I, Petey? Oh, you're so cutting. I'm really upset.
Rockstar's tale of Jimmy Hopkins was a refreshing step away from the usual brutal mayhem of Grand Theft Auto. All these years later, fans are still craving a sequel, and we are right there with them. Jimmy's characterization was remarkably strong, and we've always wanted to follow up with him. Rumors of a potential sequel circulated for years until in 2019, reports began to surface that Rockstar had cancelled a follow-up after 18 months of development.
I could do so much better, you know?
That is a genuine shame. Considering the studio is hard at work on GTA 6, it seems highly unlikely we'll ever get a Bully 2. But that doesn't stop us from wanting it all the same.
I hope these are worth all the trouble I just went through.
Yes, thanks for this laundry.
Number 7. Pikmin 4. Across 3 main entries, we've marveled at the teamwork of the adorable Pikmin. The series is one of Shigeru Miyamoto's most delightful creations, which is saying a lot considering he gave us Mario and Zelda. Pikmin 3 released for the Wii U in 2013 and was just as charming as its predecessors. But we've been waiting with bated breath ever since for a 4th installment. Miyamoto has spoken of its existence during several interviews, the most recent being in 2017. We got a 3DS spin-off that same year and a mobile game from Pokemon Go developer Niantic in 2021. But these hardly scratched our Pikmin itch. While Pikmin 3 made its way to Switch in 2020, we'd give anything for a new game. Number 6. Spyro the Dragon 4.
Nasty Nork is turning our swamp into an electrified junk heap. And it used to be so beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
After Toys for Bob released the Crash Bandicoot N. Sane trilogy in 2018, the collection revitalized the franchise. And the platforming star got another chance to shine in 2020's Crash Bandicoot 4. The developer also released the Spyro Reignited trilogy in 2018, but we're still waiting to hear about the Little Dragon's return.
Thank you, Spyro. You've deactivated all of the electric barriers.
The revamped art style was frankly gorgeous. We would jump at the opportunity to take Spyro on another adventure, especially considering his last solo game was way back in 2008, not counting the Skylanders series. Publisher Activision agreed to Microsoft's buyout in early 2022, and we have to hope Microsoft sees the promise of a new game. If Crash can come back, so can Spyro.
If I find you here again, I am going to be very angry, and you won't like me when I'm angry.
Number 5. Super Mario RPG 2. Released in 1996 for the SNES, Super Mario RPG was a beautiful blend of the Mushroom Kingdom and Square's turn-based RPG gameplay. Although it's had some spiritual successors, such as the Paper Mario series, we've never been given a direct sequel. Considering how beloved the game has grown over time, that's really too bad. However, fans aren't the only ones who want a sequel. Director Chihiro Fujioka spoke in early 2022 about how he wants his final game to be a follow-up to Super Mario RPG. Whether or not it happens depends on Nintendo and Square Enix, who own the rights to some of the game's characters. But stranger things have happened. Number 4. Bloodborne 2. If Dark Souls can get 2 sequels, why not give Bloodborne one? While all of From Software's brutally tough games share similar elements, there are a lot of features that have set Bloodborne apart. The gothic setting of Yharnam and the Lovecraftian-themed enemies have made it one of the developer's most unique releases. The studio's talent has only increased since 2015, and the improvement of video game hardware would bring all kinds of nifty features. Perhaps From Software would go open world again as it did with the amazing Elden Ring. But as long as we were faced with enemies that not only intimidated us, but whose design also scared the bejesus out of us, we'd be thrilled. Number 3. A new Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I'm so tired.
Simply put, it has been entirely too long since Silent Hill graced our consoles with its signature mystery and terror. The PS Vita's Book of Memories released in 2012, and the ultimately doomed PT released in 2014. A big part of why we haven't seen a new entry in so long is Konami's bundling of pretty much every franchise it owns. The publisher filed a new trademark for Silent Hill in March of 2022, leading to the latest in a series of rumors about the IP's return. And in 2021, Konami announced a partnership with the Medium developer Blooper Team that many have speculated to be a new Silent Hill. But as nothing official has been announced, we're still stuck here waiting.
What is it?
A letter from Mary.
Huh?
get it. Is that okay?
Yes.
Number 2. Portal 3.
This aperture science material emancipation grid will vaporize any unauthorized equipment that passes through it.
The Portal duology has some of the most interesting, inventive puzzles in video games. The fantastic world building and characters have also given the series longevity, despite the second game having been released more than a decade ago. With how technology has advanced since then, we can't help but crave to see what kind of perplexing tests Valve could come up with now. Series co-writer Eric Wolpaw spoke in April of 2022 about how he would make Portal 3 in a second if given the opportunity. Unfortunately, he also admitted that it isn't up to him. Valve is a respected developer, but also a very busy one with Steam. Still, we'll be here whenever the chance to return arises.
Please put me down.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Half-Life 3. If you're surprised, you really shouldn't be. Valve's first 2 Half-Life games are some of the most groundbreaking first-person shooters of all time. And one of the most requested sequels from players in existence is a third entry. The second game's second expansion released all the way back in 2007, so we've all been waiting a rather long time. While we did get an undeniably incredible spin-off with 2020's Half-Life Alyx, it being a VR game meant its player base was somewhat small. Maybe we're overhyping ourselves, but we believe a third Half-Life would be just as monumental, if not more than its predecessors. Valve, with its various business branches, is far from a typical developer. All we can do is pray.
Good thing you found us. You're not the first to come through here by
This is the Freeman. The Combine's reckoning has come.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.